life and right to the bank. All my chains on like I'm shopping rice. What it's worth, tell me what it's worth. I came from the dirt, know I put in work, like I'm A$AP Ferg.
Alright, so it's July 25th, 2017. This is one of them 3 a.m. videos that I'm always talking about. But anyways, the topic of today's video is just semi-freeforming dreads. And I'm just going to kind of talk about like how do you semi-freeform dreads, and like reasons why it's a good thing to semi-freeform dreads and whatnot. So yeah, let me get into that. So a quick disclaimer is I didn't start off semi-freeforming my dreads. I started off with the comb coils and whatnot. So I can't really like talk too much about like what you would do if you really want to start out that way from like an afro or whatever like that. Only thing I do know is that some people use the dread sponge, those little sponges, and then the other people use like the towels. Yeah, they use the towels. And then I think those people they'll put like some gel or some water or maybe some wax. I mean, I don't really recommend the wax, but they'll put something in their hair a little bit and just like rub it around in their head. Then they'll take the sponge or the towel and they'll just go and rub around their hair for a while until it creates those little tiny dreads, little tiny locks, and then that's what they keep doing, and then that's kind of how you semi-freeform dreads from like a little afro. But anyway, yeah, the reason why I'm talking about semi-freeforming dreads today is just because like basically I've been semi-freeforming since like my 3rd month, to be honest. When I first had these things, I was going to get my hair retwisted like every 2 to 3 months, or no, I'm lying, every 2 to 3 weeks, and then like after like a month, I was going getting retwisted like every month or whatever like that. But eventually, like after I got like 3-4 months in the game, I was kind of going and getting retwisted like every 2 to 3 months. Now I'm getting it retwisted like every 3 to 4 months. One of these times I'm probably gonna go 5 months, and then eventually like I'm just gonna semi-freeform for good and just semi-freeform. So anyway, what semi-freeforming basically is you're just really just letting your hair do what it does. So you're just letting it grow, and then you're just letting it lock by itself without like retwisting it or anything like that. So basically the only thing you do is you just wash your hair, and then you would separate it. So like what you would do is you'll find that the roots, like after you wash your hair, it's like a really good thing to do this. You'll just pull it apart at the roots, like that. And yeah, you'll just do that. That way it doesn't. That way your hair doesn't Congo up. And I'll kind of show you what it would look like if it did Congo up. Let me find one of these things really quick. Here's one right here. Now this one Congoed up, but I actually let it Congo up on purpose. So like when I got out of the shower from washing my hair and whatnot, I didn't separate this one because these two are actually really skinny, way back, like a long time ago. But yeah. If you don't pull them apart, you can see right here. So probably like right there is when I started, letting it do that. But yeah, if you don't pull it apart, it'll all your hair will actually start to do that. So you'll have to worry about kind of your hair all growing into like one Congo dread or whatnot. Some people are cool with that, some people aren't. So it's up to you if you wanted to do that or not. But me personally, I like to kind of keep them separated. But yeah, so now we're gonna kind of talk about like reasons why you'd want to semi-freeform, or reasons why I semi-freeform or whatever. So the first reason why I semi-freeform, and I guess I kind of semi-freeform because I still get retwist, but there's like every 3 to 4 months, so it's like kind of a gray area. But anyway, the first reason why I semi-freeform is just because it helps my hair grow thick. A lot of people comment and ask me like how I got my dreads to grow so thick, and I think the biggest thing is like I just don't retwist that often. I'll go every like 3 months without a retwist, and I feel like the longer you don't retwist, the more your hair kind of just naturally locks itself without having to worry about someone else manipulating it. So I think semi-freeforming can help your hair grow thicker in a way. So I mean that's what I noticed. I mean I noticed when I was retwisting like every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, my hair was kind of thinning out a little bit. So that's another reason why you want to semi-freeform, or I semi-freeform, just because I don't want my hair to thin out. So also I'm kind of lazy. That's another reason. So when you're lazy, you don't want to get your hair retwisted like every month. You kind of want to go every 3-4 months. So I do that. Being cheap, Financially, man, when you don't retwist your hair every month, you actually save a lot of money by retwisting every 3 to 4 months. That's another good thing. You'll save some money by retwisting less. Another reason why you might want to semi freeform is because it puts less tension on your scalp and on your roots. And I kind of already talked about this, but your hair will start to thin out. If you're retwisting too much, your hair will start to thin out. Now, I mean, I can't really tell you what too much is. For me personally, I think I wouldn't want to retwist like every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You know, I think 4 is the minimum that I'd want to retwist that, 4 weeks. So, but even then, I don't even want to do that. I want to go like 3 months, to be honest. So, but yeah, if you retwist too often, or if I retwist too often, I can't tell you what your life is like. I can only tell you what mine is like. When I was retwisting every 2 to 3 weeks, my hair was starting to thin out at the roots, so I had to fall back on that a little bit. So yeah, if you retwist too often, your hair will start to thin out, which is another reason why it's great to semi-freeform, because you don't have to worry about your hair thinning out. Oh, but one final thing I wanted to say about semi-freeforming, and this is just kind of what I've seen, seen on YouTube, seen in real life with people and whatnot. If your hair grows, or if your locks like grow into your roots, like if your new growth like grows into your lock, then you'll probably have a really easy time semi-freeforming, just because like it just grows right into your lock and whatnot. So I mean, it would be really easy for you. Now I do know people who say their hair grows away from their lock, and by that I can't really show you because it doesn't do that for me. But by that they mean like instead of their new growth growing into their lock and coming like down their lock or whatever like that, it just like grows away from it, like around it, and it's kind of just like a puff ball, I guess, or something like that. I don't really know because it doesn't really affect me. But if it does that, I know some people said that when that happens, it kind of makes it hard to semi-freeform because your lock it's not really locking because the hair is growing away instead of growing into the lock. So that would make it kind of hard to semi-freeform. So if your hair grows into your lock, you're good. If your hair grows away from your lock, I'm not sure how well you'd be able to semi-freeform. You'd have to try that out yourself and then see what happens. So, yeah. So, we'll just let it go at that. It's about, like I said, it's about 3 a.m. So I'm just out here making videos. Sometimes I get bored and, I like to make these videos and whatnot and go edit. So I'm going to go do that tomorrow and probably put this video up some other time or in a day or two. So we'll see what that looks like. My eyes, man, are these things baggy, man? Like I feel like I'm just dead tired right now, but I got through it, did the video. I've been actually wanting to make this video for a while now since, I semi-freeform. I should call it semi-freeform, but whatever it is. But anyway, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about that. So until the next video, I will see you guys later. Peace.